When you hold me, there's a place.
Hey everybody, this is your full body strength for pull-ups routine. In terms of equipment today, you're gonna need a set of medium weights, a set of heavier weights, think something that you would do some RDLs with, and then an optional bench or chair, as well as an optional long band. We do have a warm-up today, and then we're gonna move into a skills section, followed by our strength block. So let's make our way to the top of the workout to start that warm-up. On the hands and knees, we're gonna start with some kneeling scap bars. So make sure your toes are tucked under for extra support, and I want you to tuck the hips under slightly as well. We're gonna start by sinking straight down into the shoulder sockets. Pull the shoulders up by the ears, press the floor away, shoulders away from the ears. Let's go for 4 more like that. So we sink down, shoulders by the ears, push the floor away, drop the shoulders away. Good. Try to smooth out that circle if you can, and just make sure we're not getting this into the spine. Doesn't look like we're starting to torque here. Give me 1 more in this direction. Good, freeze at the top. From here, we're gonna elevate the shoulders. Good, sink into the shoulder sockets. Drop them away from the ears, push the floor away. 4 more like that, trying to reverse our circle. Really take your time, making this the biggest circle that you have access to. Good, finish out your last 2. Very nice, last 1. Perfect, we're gonna stay down here right into a forearm plank. So on the forearms, on the toes, just 30 seconds. Let's hop on into it in 3, in 2, and 1. So let's squeeze the legs all the way together if you can, and let's tuck the hips under as well. So we wanna make sure that we're not going into that low back. This plank position is gonna be really important for our pull-ups. Let's also press the floor away so we get that nice active lat connection. And focus is in front of the hands. You got just about 10 seconds left. Keep on breathing. If you need to drop to the knees for a moment, all good. But we're all out of this in 4, in 3, 2, 1, and stand it on up. Very nice. If you've got a long band, grab that now. Otherwise, you're gonna do this guy just with imaginary hands in the air. So, we're gonna go for some scapular elevation and depression. So if you have the band, it's really just something to hold on to. So banded or not banded, everyone, we got arms up overhead. Again, making sure we find that standing plank position. So ribs pulled down, hips tucked under. We're gonna pull the shoulders up to the ears, drop it down. Good, shoulders up, drop it down. If you've got a band, just a little tension on that guy, pulling apart. Good. We're gonna go for about 10 here. So let's go for 5 more. Again, a lot of the work we're gonna be doing is just mobilizing the scapula. It's gonna be such an important part of our pull-up work. Good, give me 2 more here. Last one. And let it go. Ditch your band. We're gonna come right into a deadlift hold, or a deadlift into a hold. So grab just one of your heavy weights. You can either use a kettlebell or a dumbbell. And we're gonna come into 5 RDLs, and then we're gonna go into a hold at the bottom. So with your RDL, hands start on your weight. We're gonna send the butt back, getting a nice big stretch, pull the hips back up. If you're using a dumbbell, you can hold it bottoms up. And this doesn't need to be your heaviest weight possible. We're just trying to get a little bit of space back in the hips. So we're gonna go for 5 moving, 30-second hold at that bottom position. Let's go for it. So we got hands on the bell. We're gonna send the butt back, big inhale, exhale to come back up. Your weight does not need to and probably shouldn't touch the floor, okay? Feet are about hip width apart. Good, we got 3 more. Nice, shoulders stay above the hips. 2. Last one, we're gonna hold this guy down. Hold it right here, 30 seconds. So in this position, I'm locking my armpits down. I've got my shoulders over my hips, over my knees. Knees are gonna be pulled back in line with the ankles, and I'm shining my tailbone to the back wall. Good. You're over halfway. Look in front of your feet. So if we're looking down, we're gonna start to crane that neck a little bit too much. We're all out of this in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it on up. Last exercise, we're just gonna go for 20 seconds of pogos just to get the blood flowing a little bit. So our pogos is gonna be a nice light hop on the floor, very springy, pulling the toes up. I don't need 10 out of 10 effort. Keep this around a 5, okay? Let's go for it. 20 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. So nice and light and springy. It's kind of like jump roping. So of doing that motion helps you, you're more than welcome to. 10 seconds here. Good. We're all out of this in 3, in 2, in 1. Let it go. All right, y'all, that is your warm up. If you need anything else, take a moment, do it now. Otherwise, we're gonna hop right into the bulk of it. All right, let's move right into our pull-up practice. So we're gonna be supersetting our pull-up practice with a little bit of core work today. And we're gonna be starting with our actual pull-ups or chin-ups, whatever variation you wanna do. Now, we're gonna be doing 3 sets of 5 of our pull-ups. So I want you to choose variations that you can sustain for that amount of time. What I'm gonna be doing is a mix of chin-ups where I do strict sets, but also working some eccentrics in there where I jump up and lower myself down slowly. This is gonna be more just about building volume in that vertical pulling rather than thinking about trying to get your first pull-up in this moment, okay? So we're gonna do 5 reps of whatever choice of pull-up, chin-up variation that you like. Then we're gonna come right into a 30-second goblet march where we're marching one leg up and down, up and down. So we're gonna do this 3 times through, 2 whole minutes between our rounds, because I really want your back to recover so we can get as much bang for our buck with these pull-ups, okay? Let's go for it. So, not even gonna lie to you guys, have not done these in a while, so let's see how they feel. We're gonna go for 5 reps in your own time. Ooh, okay, not bad. So I'll give everyone a second to catch on up. We're gonna go for 30 seconds of our goblet marching. Here we go, in 3, in 2, and 1. So 30 seconds on the clock. We've got our weight, pulling the knee up and down, up and down. As you go through this, your goal is obviously to stay balanced on your single leg, but we wanna make sure that we're not leaning back, side to side, in or away from the weight in a weird way. Good. You have just under 10 seconds. And ditch that weight. All right, 2-minute rest on the clock. Let's talk a few form things. So with your pull-up or chin-up work, again, you can choose the variation that you want to work on, but I want you to make sure you're getting specific. So I did 3 of my normal chin-ups, then I reassessed and I went, definitely can't eke out a 4th one, so I'm gonna purposely jump myself up, lower down with control, okay? So just make sure you are being purposeful. Are you trying to do a full rep? Are you trying to do an eccentric? Do you need to grab a band? Do you need to convert to something else? Maybe you have access to a TRX or you can do some inverted rows, okay? So that's exercise number 1. With this goblet march, what are we working here? Anti-extension. So this is gonna directly complement our pull-up work, okay? So I want you to think of pulling the rib cage down, making sure that you're crushing that can of Coke. We have just about a minute more of rest, so we're gonna take that and we will come back and do 2 more rounds. All right, we got just about 10 seconds left. So wipe off the sweat. Let's make our way over to our pull-up bar or whatever you are using. And we got 5 more reps in your own time. Okay, give everyone a sec to catch on up. We're gonna go for those goblet marches again. Here we go in 3, in 2, and 1. Tonight I'm gonna be
dropping it. Shake my ass, no stopping it. I look hot in it, hot in it. I look hot in it.
Less than 10. Good, pinch those inner thighs, dig into that foot on the floor. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Take your 2 minutes, then we've got one more round here. All right, we have just about 30 seconds left. So, final round. I want you to remind yourself that you've already done 2 sets. You're also in a program where you're probably working toward either your first pull-up or chin-up or working toward multiple reps, okay? So all that means is that you might not be super strong in this movement pattern yet, so you might not be able to match the amount of reps set by set by set. Be patient with yourself, give yourself options for variations. The most important thing here again is just volume. I don't care what type of pull-up or chin-up you complete, okay? 5 more, last round here, and then we're gonna move into our strength block. Let's go for it.
Chest, my breath right quick. He ain't never seen it in a dress like this. He ain't never even been impressed like this. Probably why I got him quiet on the set like this. Like how your wife in these thoughts. You don't get wins for that. I'm having another good year. We don't get blimps for that.
Woo! Last one was a bit of a struggle. Here we go. We'll give everyone about 10 seconds to catch on up. We're gonna go into our final round of these goblet marches. Woo! Let's go for it. Less than 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ditch that weight. Great job. All right, y'all. We're gonna move into our strength work, so let's keep on going. So let's talk about our strength block here. We're gonna start with some contrast training, meaning we're gonna be doing a heavy lift, an RDL, and then we're gonna go immediately into a power exercise for hip extension. So let's break down those 2 exercises. We're gonna want a heavier set of weights, dumbbells or kettlebells, doesn't matter to me. And we're gonna be going for 8 reps here, if that kind of gives you an idea of what weights to grab. For our RDLs, feet are nice and tight. We're gonna send the butt back, sliding straight down. We come back up, just like we talked about in the warm-up. We don't wanna go so low that our shoulders dip below our hips. This is now low back, okay? So we're gonna go for 8 there. After that, we ditch our weights. We're gonna go for 4 broad jumps. So for this guy, we're coming across our space. We're gonna lift off the heels, up, prep. You're gonna explode across your space, okay? Then we're gonna go back the other way, up, prep, explode across the space. If for whatever reason jumping does not feel great to you, you're gonna give me instead a power squat where you're coming up onto the balls of the feet. So we're still getting that explosive hip extension, just in a different way. So again, we're gonna do 8 reps here, immediately into 4 broad jumps, then we'll take a minute rest, 3 rounds, all right? Let's hop right on into it. So we are going 8 RDLs. Grab your weights and feet are under the hips. Here we go. Big inhales, we send the butt back. We come on back up. One of the cues that I really like to think about is, for me, I know once my hands get right below my knees, my hips aren't moving back anymore. So that's my cue to come back up. So if you're having trouble figuring out how low to go, start to take note of where your hands end. Good, once you hit 8, you're gonna take a breather. I've got 2 more. If you got a bench or chair, place your weights there. Make your life easier. All right, we're gonna go broad jumps, 4 reps. My tip to you, don't stay too long down here. The longer you're here, the less momentum you get to use, okay? 4 reps, here we go. So up, down, across. Good, then you go back the way you came. Once you're done, minute on the clock. Nice work, everybody. That's round 1. We got 2 more in the tank. Questions, comments, concerns, you drop it in that chat. Otherwise, we're going right back in, okay? So, for your RDL, that first round, start to check in. Did that feel like a solid 7 out of 10? Meaning, do you have like 2 to 4 reps left in the tank? That's kind of what we want to aim for today for our intensity. If you have heavier weights, and you want to push that intensity a little bit because you're not really hitting that 7 out of 10 yet, go for it. If you don't have heavier weights, you have a few options here. You could always slow down, really take your time, work a little more power on the way up, or you could always do a kickstand variation, 4 on one side, 4 on the other. Lots of different ways that you can make this challenging based on your equipment, okay? We got about 15 seconds, so let's grab our weights, and we got 8 more reps here. So feet underneath those hips, toes to the front. Lock the lats in. Let's go for it. We inhale, send the hips back. Exhale up. Your number is 8. Once you hit your 8, you can place your weights back down on your bench. And we're gonna go 4 more broad jumps right on into it when you're ready. Once you're done there, 1 minute on the clock. All right, y'all, we're flying. We got 1 more round. So let's chat really quickly, because I kind of named something and then never talked about it again. Said we're doing contrast training. What the heck does that mean? It's just a fancy way of saying we're gonna work the same movement pattern for both strength and for power. Putting those 2 together is gonna be a really nice complement to get the most bang for your buck from both your strength and power exercises. So what are we working? Hip extension, whether we're doing it with the weights or whether we're exploding from the hips across our space, okay? So it's just a really fancy way of saying we're gonna work the same thing for both power and strength at the same time. Everything we're doing with these exercises is gonna help our pull-up game, because a lot of this is anterior dominant, and if we think about pull-ups, we have to use our back, okay? We have, less than 10, grab your weights. So, final 8 for our RDLs. You know what you should be feeling, you know your intensity. Let's go for it. Finish it out strong. Woo. Once you're done there, 4 and 4 broad jumps. Let's go for it. Once you are done, take a breath. As you're finishing up, let's just chat about our next block. So, if you have access to a bench, you're gonna wanna pull that out for our lat pullovers. Otherwise, you're just gonna do them right from the floor, okay? And then, if you have a long band and something to secure it to, I'm actually gonna use this doorknob that's hiding behind my curtain, sneaky, because we're gonna do a pow-off press with that. If you don't have a long band like this, you're gonna grab a medium weight and I'll show you a variation. So we have 3 exercises here. I'm gonna set this up like that. So grabbing a medium or a medium to heavy weight, we're gonna start with a lat pullover. Again, our magic number here for our strength work is 8. So feet are on the floor. We're gonna grab our kettlebell or dumbbell, bringing it back up over the chest. If you have a dumbbell, you're actually just gonna grab it like this instead. And if you wanna use the floor, you're more than welcome to if you don't have a bench. From here, we're gonna come right into a single arm rear delt fly. So I like to kneel on my bench if I have access to one. We're coming out to the side and down, out to the side and down. If you have a chair instead, you can just take one hand on it rather than the full knee. You wanna make sure you have a nice soft bend in that elbow. It's like you're inflating kind of like 1/2 of a beach ball. Finally, we're gonna come into our half kneeling pow-off press. Let's see if my space can get everything in frame. So if you have your band, you're gonna do inside knee up. We're gonna pull on the band, press it front, resist that rotation, pull it back in. Then we'll flip around, do the other side. We have 5 and 5. If you do not have a long band set up, you're gonna do this with a dumbbell instead, straight out, straight back in. Technically, we're working 2 different things, but really at the end of the day, we're still strengthening the core and the back, and that's all I care about, okay? So we have 8 of our strength exercises, 5 in our core work, okay? Let's go for it. So we're gonna start with that lat pullover. Grab your weight of choice. Again, it's only 8 reps, so you could probably do this a little heavier than you're used to, but play around with it. We got 3 sets to figure it out. And I'm just all the way over in the corner now. Here we go, 8 reps. So we lower it back. You're gonna use your back muscles to pull back up. What does that mean? Elbows straight. If we start to bend the elbows, ooh, now I'm using my triceps and chest. We wanna think of using those big meaty muscles, your lats, under your armpits. So as I pull up, I'm thinking of pulling my armpits down, like I'm trying to shove them down into my back pockets. If you're with me, we got 3 more. Once you're done there, no rest. We're right up. We're gonna come into that rear delt fly. So 1 arm at a time. I don't care which arm you start with. And you can either use your bench or your chair here. We're gonna come out and down. We've got 8 on each side. Once you're done there, you flip it around, right to the other arm. Make sure as you're going through this, we're not rotating the trunk. So really using the back of that shoulder, that rear delt. Woo! 3 more if you're with me. Again, our magic number is 8. Once you're done there, we're gonna go into that pow-off press with either the dumbbell or with your band. So if you have a mounting, your inside leg is gonna be up, okay? 5 presses here, great. So take a big inhale. Exhale, hold out for your full exhale, resist that rotation. Inhale back in. Exhale, press, good. 3 more. Once you hit your 5 on one side, you're either gonna flip around or just switch your legs, switch your dumbbell. So, dumbbell variation, let's go for it. We're gonna press it straight out and in. 4 more. Very nice. Once you're done there, we're gonna put a minute on the clock. Take your breath. Okay, a lot of exercises. Let's chat a few form things, but as always, questions, comments, concerns, drop it in the chat. Lat pullover. Biggest thing I wanna see. Straight arms back, straight arms forward. So as I bring my arms back, it's okay if you have a little arch in the back, as long as it's not painful. But I'm thinking of using this muscle pulling down. So I'm thinking of shoving it down into my back pockets to really use that rather than the triceps to extend. You might feel a little tricep too, helping with the movement, but as long as we're also getting that back involved, okay? With the rear delt fly, big thing I wanna see here, out to the side and down with control. So making sure we're not swinging into it, okay? And then finally the Palloff press, whatever variation you're doing, the main focus is just not rotating or bending, okay? Let's go, round 2. We got 8 more lat pullovers. If this did not feel challenging, like a 7 out of 10 by the end, go up in weight if you got it. Let's go, I will meet you for those delt flies.
First time ever hanging out with you tonight. I've got my money on things going badly. Got a history of stories ended sadly. Still hoping that the fire won't burn me. Just one time. Just one time. All I know is this could either break my heart or bring it back to life. Gotta feel
If you're with me, this is 8. Nice work, bring it up. And we're gonna go right into those rear delt flies. Pick your side. We got 8 and 8. Let's go for it.
in the heat of your electric touch.
I've been left in the rain, lost and pining. I'm trying hard not to.
Once you hit your 8 on one side, you switch right to the other. Again, make sure we're not just using momentum. We're not just letting the weight fall. The key here is control. I'd rather you go less weight with control rather than a little ego lift moment, okay?
Still, I know that all it takes is to get it right just one time.
Once you're done there, right into your Palloff press. Your variation of choice. Gotta get behind the curtain. Here we go. 5 and 5. Inside leg is up if you've got your band. Really time this with your exhale. It's held out for the full exhale. Good, and then bring it back in. 2 more if you're with me. Very nice, flip it around. Once you hit your 5, we got 5 more.
I was thinking just one time. Maybe the stars align. And maybe I call you.
Woo. All right, ditch your band or your kettlebell or dumbbell or whatever the heck we're using. And we got 1 more round. So, final round here. Then we have a quick little core finisher at the end just to bring us up to the end, okay? Let's talk about breath. A lot of times with exercises like this, we start to hold our breath as we're thinking about all of the mechanics we just broke down. Make sure you're moving with your breath, okay? So in that lat pullover, inhale back, exhale to pull, rear delt fly. Exhale as you lift, inhale back down, okay? We already talked about timing the Palloff press with your exhale. Your core is gonna be such a big component in our pull-up work, so we need to tie it together with our strength work too, okay? It's all connected. We got just about 15 seconds. Final round of lat pullovers, our magic number is 8, okay? I got no words, breathe. Let's do it. Make your way onto that bench. Final round here before our low core finisher. Let's do it. Once you hit your 8, bring it on up. Switch weights if you need to. Right into that rear delt fly. Pick your arm. Let's go for it. Find that control. Exhale to lift. Inhale back down. Once you hit your 8, you flip it around. We go right to the second side. Let's do it.
I'm the keys to your car, babe. If you lose me, then baby, good luck. I'm the king to take me. Still yours, though, baby. baby, you've won. I'm the bubbles in your champagne. Grip me tight like you're holding your cup. I'm the keys to your car, babe. Whoa.
All right, finish out this block with our Haloft press of choice. Again, using the band, inside leg is up. Let's go, tuck those toes under, find your breath connection.
Can't walk through the hallway straight to 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let the liquor flow through. 6 in the morning.
Woo, once you hit your 5 on one side, you flip it around. Give me 5 more.
Take a picture of my figure. Catch a glimmer.
And let it go when you're done. All right, y'all, clear your space. You don't need anything except an open mat. And we're just gonna do a little mat core work. We're gonna do 2 core exercises, 3 rounds through. We're gonna do 20 seconds in each, 20 seconds recovery. First exercise is gonna be a single side dead bug. So we're gonna do 10 seconds on one side. I'm actively pressing into that same side, keeping the low back down. 10 seconds on the other. Low back is down the whole time. If you're having trouble with that, you can always lift the head, neck, and shoulders up just an inch. From there, we're gonna flip over, body saw. So on the forearms, on the toes, keeping that nice neutral spine, shifting forward and back. So both of these exercises, what are we working on? Resisting, extending the spine. Again, that's gonna be huge, working that front line to help with our pull-ups. So I'm gonna get a little lock here so I can see my timer. Again, 20 seconds in each exercise, 20 seconds to recover after we do both, 3 rounds, all right? Let's go for that single side dead bug. We're gonna press left hand into the left thigh, right side is moving in 3, in 2, and 1. So inhale out, exhale, pull in. Again, if you're having trouble keeping the low back down, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up an inch. Give me 1 more on this side, and we switch sides. So these were kind of doing 3 exercises. Good, no rest. We're gonna flip over in 2 and 1, right into that body saw. Let's go. Keep it nice and low here. Don't let that booty pike up. Woo, abs are feeling it. We got 4, 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds. Woo. All right, that's round 1. We got 2 more. Flip it onto your back. So, start to take note here. What feels difficult in the exercise? Is the low back popping up? Lift the head, neck, and shoulders a little, okay? We'll talk about the body saw when we get to it. We got 3, 2, and 1. Left arm presses, right side moves. Your breath, we inhale out. Exhale, pull back in. Don't rush the way back in, so we don't want to come out, pull. Use that time and switch arms and legs. Good, finish out your last one, and we flip it over. Give me that body saw. Woo! So when your body saw, big thing I'm thinking of is pinching the thighs, keeping the hips low, and I'm gonna look ahead of me. That's gonna help me keep this like I'm a knife slicing through a sandwich. We got 2 and 1. I don't know why, but that's just like the metaphor I think of. Okay, 15 seconds, 1 more round. This is gonna bring us right into the end for our cool down. We're just gonna lay down on our back, okay? So, final round, use your breath. That's been our theme the entire time. Let's keep it going. 2 and 1, right side moves. And we switch sides. Good, finish it out. We flip it around. Let's go, body saw. Do not give up here. 10 seconds. Let's go, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Great work. Strike your space if you haven't already. We're gonna meet on the back. Hug those knees into the chest. Take a little rock side to side, massaging out that low back. And then we'll drop the knees over to the left.
than the last 4 cold Decembers I recall. And I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all. And I thank God.
And we'll bring it over to the right side. Left arm opens, take that focus with it.
But I know the things he gives me, he can take away. Oh, and I hold you every night, and that's a feeling I wanna get used to. But there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose you.
Come back up through the center. Bring those feet on the floor. Keep your arms open into a T. And we're just going to drop the knees side to side. Bring a little bit of movement back into the lumbar spine.
I want you, I need you, oh God, don't take.
And once you're ready, you can either roll to the side, push yourself up, or rock up to a seat. And we'll take one final breath all together. So find those sits bones. We'll take the arms up. Big exhale, pull it down to heart center. Take it with you for your night and make a little noise.
These beautiful things that I've got.